Hello everybody and welcome to the Connex video 1. Today we're going to walk through how to actually post a research opportunity via the Connex platform. So essentially how to get started is once you actually go to the Connex website and enter as a faculty, it will take you to this faculty dashboard to where you can log in to view your teacher dashboard. Simply all you have to put is your bursar email address. In our case, we're using our admin email, and then put an access code that will be given to you in the email that we send out. And in order to always not have to put in the access code every time you log in, simply click Remember Me on this device, and it will automatically log you in the next time you use Connex without having to put in the access code every single time. So let's get started. So once you actually enter the teacher dashboard, this is what it looks like. We're going to go more into detail about the different features on the dashboard in video 2, but for now we're primarily going to focus on how to create an actual opportunity for students. So simply what would you do, you would click the My Opportunities tab, which is already selected, and if you were going to create a new opportunity, you would click here, but for the sakes of this demo, we're just going to already look at one that has been posted for you guys. So as you can see here, these are your various research opportunities. Looking at this demo one right here, just kind of talking about the buttons, edit means you can edit that current research listing, and essentially all edits you made, regardless if it's already posted to the students or not, it will automatically update for them. Duplicate, this essentially means that, let's say you don't want to type up two long opportunities again, you just want to tweak something minor on another one but still post them as two separate opportunities. You can duplicate this one like I've already done here and then simply edit it and maybe change for this position you only want juniors, but for this one you want seniors. All of that can be customized via the edit button. Close, this essentially means that for all research listings that are open, which means you're currently accepting students, you can simply close it, which means that you're no longer accepting applications, students can no longer apply. And draft, this feature essentially allows you to draft your research listing, which means that it's no longer can be seen on the student side at all, but only be seen on your teacher dashboard. So this is essentially for, let's say if you make a research listing and you don't want to post it automatically, you can simply draft the research listing and leave it in place until you're ready to post it. So now let's go to edit and kind of look at what an actual research listing looks like for you guys. And this would be kind of the same thing if you were to create an opportunity from scratch. So now looking at your opportunity, as you can see, at the top here, you would put a title. Essentially, you can make it whatever you want. For this one, it's AI Ethics Reading Group and Policy Memos. You would select a category, so what kind of category it falls under, whether it's laboratory bench, data computational research, or you can do other, and you can do a custom research area, something that is not given on the prompts that we kind of generated for you guys, and write your own research area here. Now status, this kind of relates to the state of your research listing. So open means that you're currently accepting students and you're currently receiving applications and students will be able to apply for these opportunities. Closed means that at the moment you're no longer accepting applications, the opportunity is closed and students can no longer apply for this research listing. And draft, like we stated, simply means that you're creating this research listing as of the moment, but it's not going to go live for students until you choose to change the status to open. So now looking at listing mode, which we see is kind of the most, we would say is one of the most important features of our platform. Essentially, faculty have two choices when setting up the page. If you're actively looking for students, you can create an active listing, which is essentially the standard here. This acts as a way for students to actually apply, so that means you're accepting applications. Or you can select profile only if you only want to act as a resource. And this kind of acts as a digital business card, letting incoming students know your interest and when they should reach out in the future. But this also makes sure that you're not, if you don't want to kind of go through the whole application process of reviewing through Connex, simply this just allows students to kind of let them know like, hey, this is the research I do. I'm currently, let's say, I don't have any seats available at the moment, but this is the research I do, and maybe I'll have seats available in the future. That way, students still kind of have that front facing image of you and what you do, and they know kind of how to proceed off of that. So, right now, let's say this faculty member is profile only, you would select here. And you would give a short description of the research you do, so students still kind of know what you're about and what you do. A context of maybe when that lab will open again, and then essentially these are instructions for students. Like, let's say you're not using Connex at all, you would say currently not using the Connex platform, but if you're interested about research, stop at my office hours, or even read an article you can put here and come talk to me more about research. That way, just so the faculty don't feel pressured to have to use the Connex app to actually accept applications, this is kind of for them to still be able to portray what research they do and kind of still get a student um, responds, even though it's not through the Connex platform. So now going, let's say you're a faculty member who's actively posting research opportunities, you would click a standard listing mode, which essentially means that you are accepting applications through Connex and students will be able to apply to your various opportunities, whereas they wouldn't be able to in the profile only view. So with the description, this is where you give a description of what the students will be doing in your lab, or kind of what your lab is overall. So let's say for this, you're doing kind of looking over the short policy memos and campus community um, outcomes involving AI. You can put all of that right here. Semester timing and context, this kind of shows you when your research lab is going to be open and how long it's going to last. You can put that right here. So it says open the summer or fall 2026 participation. Research credit, as we know that various research listings or opportunities have credit classes associated to it. So let's say you want your class, research class is more associated to a 200, 400 level, you can put that here. Or you can put a non-credit, so kind of just open to anybody who just wants to do research, not for a credit class. So these are kind of the two most important categories we have here. You see we have hard constraints and soft constraints. Hard constraints are things that the student must have. And we really want to stress that this is where you can really set the tone and you set the standard for the students you receive. So let's say you want a student, they must have completed Bio 271. They must be able to work 10 hours in your lab. They must be a senior, must have taken all my classes, must have taken one of my classes, so I kind of know that student already. And you can even put must have a GPA of 3.5. This kind of serves as a filter automatically, so students, when they see this, automatically know, okay, do I meet these requirements? If I don't, okay, maybe I'll find this lab's not for me. Let me find another one. So you can be as concise and direct as you want, or as open-ended. The choice is up to you, but just know this is where you set the tone to what kind of students you want in your lab. For the soft constraints, these things that are nice to have. So students aren't necessarily required to have it, but it will be nice if they have it. So as you can see, you may be comfortable with R, prior lab experience, but these things aren't really as important as the hard constraints, which are things students must have, but maybe just any extra things that would be nice for a student to have already. Once again, this is where faculty members, you guys are able to set the standard for the student so they know before even filling out an application what information they need to have already have had. So every application you look at is from a qualified individual who has met your standards. So now going into the open and close, this essentially means if you select immediately, that means the moment you click save changes, this teacher response or opportunity will automatically post for the student sides and they can automatically see it. Or you can choose on a date. So essentially, the research listing will only go live on the date that you select for it. And the same thing for the closed category. If you choose no deadline, that means the research listing stays active for as long as you choose to close it. Or let's say you only want to open for 2 weeks or a month, you can choose all of that on the specific date here. So just some kind of more viable options for you guys to kind of really customize your research listing. In here, this is custom question for the applicants, which is optional. Let's just say that you want to know more about the applicant, kind of maybe just one of those questions that why do you want to join my lab? Like, why are you passionate? Like, what are you passionate about in life? Anything you want to put here, you can, anything you want a student to answer, you can write the question here, which they will respond to. And this kind of plays into the reading research links. Let's say you post a link. This essentially allows you to post, let's say, any previous research you're doing or papers you've done, and you can post it right here. Put a title, let's say like genetics research, and you would paste a link to your research title, which the students can see. And then let's say you go back to your custom application question you asked. Write me a brief paragraph of what was a significant finding that we did in our research lab and why this is important, or how this better helps society. All of that can be, put in your custom application prompt. That way, students, if you want them to kind of already have a brief knowledge of what research you do, all of that can be stated here. And then finally, we have a notes section. This is where you can put anything optional you want for the student. Maybe words of encouragement, like you got this. Don't let this be the end of your search if things don't work out here. Anything you want to put, you can put here for the student. It's really up to you. And once you do all of this, you simply click Save Changes. And that research opportunity has now officially been updated, or in your sense, it would have been posted for that student. So that's kind of how you create an opportunity. We try to keep it as simple as possible for you guys. Some other things, as you can see right now, this application says draft. So essentially, it says right here that students cannot see this opportunity. You must change it to open or close for it to actually show on the student portal. And if you keep it as closed on the student portal, they'll just be able to see the listing, but it'll just show up as closed and it won't accept any applications. And then the trash icon, this is just how you delete a research listing. Let's say you don't like it, you can just scrap it to kind of clear up your dashboard. Some other things, we have the menu option right here. Essentially, it's a drop-down menu which has kind of 4 key points. One, we have a support. So if you have any questions for us or any additional critiques you have for us, you can simply write us here and we'll get back to you as soon as possible. You have a tour button, so it automatically gives you a tour of kind of everything I talked about, or we talked about in video 2 as well, with the teacher dashboard, how to post an opportunity. All of that would be shown for you guys right here, and you can always replay it back in the menus icon right here. And then we have a guide. This kind of gives you just kind of more information, and it shows you more information that these little question marks here, let me see if I can find some, like right here, they give you as well. So it's kind of all of that summarized into one place for you guys. And let me see, this is kind of email settings right here. So essentially how Connex works is that the main problem we were trying to solve was reduce the email spam and cold emails teachers get. And we don't want to kind of see an increase of that, of you guys getting spammed by the website Connex now. So every time a student applies to a research listing, you get an email. A student has applied, students applied, students applied. We don't want you guys to get constantly spammed, which is why once you go to your menu and click email settings, and you toggle on daily application digest, that means from now on you're only going to get one email from Connex every day at 8 a.m., which gives you kind of the activity of your profile that happened over 24 hours. So how many students applied, all of that will be shown only in one email, whereas getting 20 separate emails from Connex saying 20 students have applied, you only get one email every day at 8 a.m. Just kind of make the process more concise and efficient for you guys. And this feature automatically comes off, so you won't receive an 8 a.m. email unless you want to. But if you do, simply, like I said, come here and toggle it on. I turned it off right now. You can see I turn it back on. So it's that simple for you guys. And essentially, the only emails that are automated that you get are when you either accept a student into your lab or invite them to an interview, or you post a research opportunity. All of this just to kind of serve as security measures and kind of verification, so you know that whatever research listing you posted actually went through, or the student you accepted went through. So this is kind of everything for posting an opportunity and kind of how things work. Video 2 will cover more on how to actually navigate student applications and kind of that process, which is very simple. But for this video, once again, thank you guys for watching, and if you have any questions, like always, send us an email. But other than that, thank you guys, and we look forward to assisting you in your Connex journey.